Hi guys! So you might have noticed that I have a bit of a different setup today. I actually remembered I have an iPad, so I'm going to use that, and hopefully the quality is a little bit better. I'm still learning, but maybe it's better. And today I'm also going to comb my hair because I am getting ready for bed, but I really felt the need to share this message, and I am trying to do my best to keep the uploads authentic, and not because I need to post, but because I really want to share something, and today's the day. So, as you know, I have been thinking a lot about change recently during the past months, and it was mostly from a broader perspective. So, universally, the world is shifting, there are changes happening, uh, to systems, politics, environment, etc. But I've also realized that it is important to share that change happens internally, right, as well. And this can be very dramatic due to an event, life event, or something happens, and then this changes the course of our life. But it can also actually be more quieter and um, small things that change every day that add on during, I don't know, the span of months or even years. And you don't really realize what is changing or how much it is changing until it's been quite a while and you look back and you notice, wow, okay, this is different. And you can realize that you're not the same person as you were before. And this is normal, right? Like, everyone goes through change constantly. I've heard a quote in the past that has always stuck with me. I don't remember who said it or where I read it, but the quote says basically that um, you know change is like water. It constantly flows, because if it stagnates, then there's an issue. Because if water stagnates, right, then that's when you get disease, that's when you get bad, like mold, I don't know, that's when you get bad things. So the nature of water is to constantly flow, and that's how life should be. That's how our life, and we should always move on forward, and not get stuck into one place. So change is part of life. It is necessary. Nature changes, and so do we. But the thing is that I realized that change is not the issue. Even though I'm the first one who hates changes, it's not the change itself, because I'm very adaptable as well, and I think it's easy to, or easy, I mean, it's the issue that most people have. It's not about adapting to the new thing. It's mostly the fear of uncertainty, and the fear of not knowing how the things will be. Because when you are used to something and you keep doing the same things, then you know what to expect, right? But if you have a change, which means things are going to be different, you're going to behave differently, you're going to I don't know, just have something different in your life, you do not know what the outcome will be, so you are afraid. You're afraid of the uncertainty, and it is this that actually scares most people, and myself first. And I think this is very uncomfortable to be there, like, to I think people also look for things they know, comfort zone, and just not scary, dark places. And I think this creates tension, basically, because of course you do not know what's going to happen. You want clarity, you want direction, you want to know where the things are going, but you do not always know. You cannot know. And I think we should make peace with that. I think that that's the part where we need to step in and consciously work on that, because there is this gap, right, that it gets created between I want to know what's going to happen, but I don't actually know what's going to happen. So in that gap, the mind feels this place with all sorts of predictions and prophecies and anxiety and fear, and that's where we become obsessed and we go into the spiral. And that's very hard to get out of, right? And I think that's why people equate change with fear and just generally discomfort. Um, so, what I've realized recently is that actually uncertainty is not the issue. It's just a phase you're moving through, and it feels like a problem because we want life to be more predictable than it actually is, and than it actually can be. So, also one of the reasons why I started this channel is to keep myself accountable and to document my own process going to this change. So, um, there's going to be a lot of talk about changes both in the bigger systems and in personal life. And I don't want to look back on my life only when the things have stabilized and only when the things make sense. I want to see also what was going on in those in between moments, in those transition moments, and especially the moments that are unclear, to see that I was okay, I am okay. Even though, okay, personally, I'm also going through a big transition in basically all the aspects of my life. So for me, this transition and change thing is basically tripled. Okay, so it's a very present theme. I really want to know and look back that even though in these moments when things are uncertain, things are dark, I don't know what the future is going to be, even in the next 2 months, to be honest, I can still, I'm living and I'm okay. And it's important for me to know this so that I don't fall back into spiraling and anxiety and all of that. So basically what I've been trying to figure out is how to live through this uncertainty without getting lost in it. And I don't want to remove it because I don't think that's possible. And I think, again, this is part of life. In order to have certainty and stability, we need to have uncertainty because they are the opposite. They are the same coin, but two different sides. So I want to navigate this time in a way that feels more grounded. And I've noticed that there are a few things that actually help me, and I thought I could share them with you. So, one of them is basically having a grounded routine. I think it is very important to have some things in your day that you can go back to. And this is very hard for me because somehow my days look different every day. And I've noticed that when I stick to something that I know I'm going to do in that time, it really helps me to feel grounded. So, for example, I don't know, a small things, a few small things that stay the same. So no matter what the other things going on in your life are changing, it could be, I don't know, waking up at a similar time, it could be going for a walk at the same time, or making coffee the same way, or I don't know, writing or exercising or calling a friend. It's like small anchors that help when everything else is feeling uncertain, and this is the only consistent thing you have. And it also helps to connect with yourself. Um, then the second thing would be having something to look forward to. It is kind of like the first one, but the first one is more like a ritual that you have every day. The second one is something to bring joy to yourself. And this could be, again, I don't know, a meeting with your friend planned for later. It could be, I don't know, something you're looking forward to, like maybe you're going to cook a dish or you're going to go eat a dish. So you know that, you know, you have like a fixed point in the future where basically you're, no matter what happens, that is what you're going to get. So that is helping with overcoming the uncertainty of the present moment, because you know what you have, you know something is what is going to happen in the future. You have a point of reference basically. um, Another thing would be to, I don't know, having a fixed point inside of yourself. So not only having these points outside of you, but also having them inside of yourself. So I don't know, for example, getting sticking to some values, or I don't know, saying that I always connect with someone when I'm feeling lost, or I'm feeling uncertain, I'm feeling scared. So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to share something. I am going to, I don't know, stick to myself. I'm going to hug myself, whatever it is that connects you with yourself, with the inner self. And I've also noticed one thing that really, really helps me ground and come back to the present moment, because, when we are feeling scared and anxious, it is because we're actually projecting to the future. We are not living in the moment. Because every time, and I kid you not, every time I ask myself, what's wrong now? It's nothing. It's always now, not now, everything is okay. There's no reason to be scared now. But I'm always scared about the future. So, one thing that really helps me is to touch something physical, anything that I have on me or around me, a pen, a pillow, a brush, anything, and feel, just focus on the texture. Feel in my hands how the brush is, the material, the temperature. It really brings me back to the present moment, and it grounds me down, because sometimes I'm so into my head that I forget that I'm here in this body on this earth. So I don't know, it really helps me down, and always. um, Also, another thing would be to, stop figuring out, so stop trying to figure everything out. Basically, you don't need to know everything. So this kind of, I don't know, it's a paradox in the sense that we want certainty, but you cannot have certainty. So stop trying to have this certainty. Stop trying to figure everything out. Like, life unfolds as it, you have to believe that life unfolds as it should. And you don't need to figure it out immediately. So it's okay. If you treat uncertainty like it's some kind of issue that needs to be solved, then it will only make you feel worse. So it's just something that you have to go through, like a transition phase, just like, I'm floating on the river and I am going where I need. So just enjoy it basically in the moment. And yep, I would say these are some things that I really, really do. Maybe one last thing would be to connect with someone. Sometimes when you're feeling, I don't know, uncertain or lost, it's very easy to maybe isolate yourself, or, really stay in your mind. But if you go inward too much, that's also not really good for you. So you should not process everything alone. If you have a trusted friend, if you have someone you can talk to, then that can really help. Because by sharing your emotions, not only it will, and your thoughts as well, not only it will become more clear for you, but it will also help to establish a deeper connection with the other person. And they can also, listen, and there's something magical that happens when the other person is there for you, and it's just, pure bonding moment. And again, that takes you, grounds you in the moment. It's not about the future, it's about the now. So yeah, I would say this is it. So basically what I was trying to say in this video is that change is constant, change is normal, change is nature, and unfortunately, but also fortunately, in a sense, uncertainty is part of it. So even though it does feel uncomfortable, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Being uncomfortable doesn't mean it's wrong. So it just means, that things are unfolding, things are moving, which is good. And if things are stuck and stagnant, they are not good. And yeah, so I don't know, that's basically the whole thing I have for today. I'm just going to keep showing up here, and one video at a time, and let's see where this goes. I don't have a perfect plan. Again, I am very uncertain in this too, but I'm just going to enjoy the process, and I hope really, again, it helps someone. So thank you very much, and you know, I will see you in the next one.